Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Mrs. Venti and today we are doing numbers that are expressed in words. So this is the Platinum Maths Literacy for grade 10. We're going to be doing exercise 2, 3 and 4 which are found on page 10 and page 11 of the textbook. Let's get going. In this lesson, what you need to be able to do is you need to be able to take a number that is given to you in numerical form, in numbers, and you need to give it to me in words. That's the first thing. The second thing that I need you to do is the reverse. You need to be able to take the numbers that are in words and give it to me in numerical form. So what we have on the screen right now is we have got a table for place values, and the first thing that we see is that we've got columns, right? And each column has got a heading. So reading from left to right, we've got trillions, billions, millions, thousands and ones. The number in the table reads 706,384,403. That's the number that we have. If we were to write it as we do in South Africa, you would write 706 space 384 space 403. That is the number in numerical form. And then over here I have written out how to write it, which is exactly the way that we say it. 706 million. Notice that there's a comma there. So wherever there's a space, we put a comma. 706 million, comma, 384,000, comma, 403. Okay, so this is our example. Let's see if we can do this. We're starting with exercise 2 on page 10, and we're going to start by doing words into numbers. Question number 1 says, can you give me 49 million in numbers? So I start by writing down the 49. I know that's 49 million. There are no digits that follow, so everything's going to be zeros, right? So after the million, I have thousands. So I have 3 zeros that represent the thousands, and I have 3 zeros that represent the ones. And that is how I write 49,000. Question 2, 600,000. So I'm going to start with the thousands. I'm here, and I'm going to write 600 of them. And then my ones. I've got 3 zeros for the ones. That's how I write 600,000. 6.54 million. Since I'm writing a million, I'm going to start with 6 million. Okay, then the 4 is going to be 540,000, and I've got 3 zeros to take the places of the ones. Okay, next up I've got 1.5 million. Again, I've got 1 million, and I've got 500,000, and I've got 3 zeros for the places of the ones. Simple enough. Let's do the next one. Exercise 3, page 10, writing words into numbers. 1.3 billion. So I'm starting with a billion. So I'm writing 1 billion. Then I've got 300 million. That's that. I've got 0 thousands, and I've got 0 ones. So I've got 1,300,000. 10,000. So I'm going to write a 10,000, and I've got 3 zeros for my ones, or the units. 500,000. Let's see how we do this. So 1 million would be 1, and then I've got 3 zeros for the thousands and 3 zeros for the units. But I don't want 1 million. I want 500,000. So 500,000 means I remove this 1, and it actually becomes 500,000. Just think about it this way. If I had 10, half of 10 becomes 5. So I've got 2 digits here. I'm going to drop one of the digits, the one in the front, and I only end up with 1 digit. Okay. Next up, we've got 65 million. So again, we're sitting on millions. So I got 65 million. My zeros for the thousands and my zeros for the units. Pretty easy. Next, we are going to look at how to write numbers into words. So we are still doing exercise 3 on page 10. This is question 2, I believe. Yeah, question 2. Okay, so what do we have? I know that these are my ones, these are my thousands, and this is a million. So I start from left to right. I'm going to write 1 million. I'm going to write a comma. Then I write 219,000. Now what's important to note here is that when I write between the 100 value and the 19,000, I usually put the word and you will see that repeated in the next steps. So what I want you to notice is the word and I want you to notice where my comma is. 1 million, where there's a space, I'm going to put a comma, and then 219,000, and because there's nothing else, I put my full stop. That's the end of the number. To be, the number is, let's see, I've got my ones and I've got my thousands. So this number is going to be 596,000, 420. Take note of the and between the 100 and the rest of the number. I've got a comma there and I've got another and that's the end of the number. Question C. Now, in order for me to decide what the number is, I'm starting at the units, right? I'm starting at the back. So my units are pink, and again, this is why we are using colors. Colors make it easier for us to be able to see, right? So I know my units are pink, my thousands are orange, my millions are yellow, and my billions are going to be green. So this number is going to be 1 billion. Easy. Next question. I'll start with my ones, thousands, millions, billions. So I got 4,600,000,000. Okay, last one. 10 to the power of 24. So this one is going to be simple. We're just going to write it exactly how we say it. 10 to the power of 24. This number is also 1 septillion, but you are not expected to know that. Exercise 4. So again, in keeping with what we are doing, we're going from numbers to words, words to numbers. Exercise 4 is giving us numbers, so we're going with words. So I'm starting at the back. Ones, thousands, millions. Therefore, I've got 6,000,001. Question 1b. I've got ones, thousands, millions, billions. 8 billion, 211,000,000, 321,000, 400. Question C. Okay, this one's quite long. Let's start at the back. Ones, thousands, millions, billions, trillions. All right. So if I was to read this, I'm starting with 100 trillion. 100 trillion, 342. Question D. Ones, thousands, millions, billions. 45 billion, 5 million, 500,000 and 50. Let's see. I've got our ones, thousands, millions, billions, trillions. 2 trillion, 345 billion, 678,000. Question 2, that was question 1, A, B, C, D, E. Now question 2 is saying, when a check is issued, the total amount to be paid is written in both words and numbers. Why do you think this is? What is the reason for writing a number that you're paying out in both words and numbers? So I'd like you to think about that and answer that question. And then question 3, the last one for today, is a check was issued for this amount. Can you write it in words? So I'm going to start at the back. This is my units, thousands, millions. So I know I've got 21,345,000. And that's the answer to this question. Okay, so this was the exercise of writing words in numbers and numbers in words. Please make sure that you like and subscribe. Go ahead and click the bell button so that you get notifications, and I'll see you back for the next lesson. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.